Hello, friends, and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. This is your deep drive baseball game of the week, a regular feature that I do on my channel weekly to show you different sets and different matchups in deep drive baseball. A few weeks ago, I showed you Game 1 of the 1961 World Series between the Cincinnati Reds, or if you're Milo Hamilton or Sparky Anderson, the Cincinnati Reds, against the New York Yankees. I'm not going to spoil that one for you, but it is archived on a playlist on my channel for Deep Drive Baseball. You can check that out. Today we're going to do Game 2. It's October 5th, 1961. October 5th, 1961. And it's time for Game 2 of the 1961 World Series. We're in Yankee Stadium. We're in the Bronx. And we have a matchup of a pair of right-handers. It'll be John Jay for the visiting Cincinnati Reds against Ralph Terry for the homestanding New York Yankees. The Yankees, of course, are dealing with the infection that Mickey Mantle is battling at this point in 1961 in his leg. So he is not available for this game. Roger Maris moves over to center field. We're using the as-played lineups, my friends, because if we don't, heads explode all over this great land of ours. Now, in the description for this video are two items of interest for you. One is information about channel membership. With membership on my channel, you get access to a whole lot more videos than I'm doing on the subscriber side. And not only that, but you get discounts on the secondary store, $10 off per set, $2 off per individual team. And not only that, but you get a free gift from me every month in the form of PDFs that I create for different card and dice sims. So, along with that link to channel membership info is a link to Deep Drive Baseball's website, so you can check that out very, very easily if you would like to. All right. With that said, let's get to the starting lineups for Game 2 of the 1961 World Series and play our Deep Drive Baseball Game of the Week. In real life, or as the kids like to say, IRL, the Reds won this game 6-2. It was their only win in the 1961 World Series. Here is the batting order for your Cincinnati Reds, led by manager Fred Hutchinson. Elio Chacon will lead off at second base. Eddie Casco bats second at shortstop. Veda Pinson bats third in center field. Frank Robinson bats fourth in left field, which he didn't usually play, but he did in Yankee Stadium because there's a lot more left field room in Yankee Stadium to cover in the old days than there was in right. So Robinson shifted to left. Gordy Coleman bats fifth at first base. Wally Post bats sixth in right field. Gene Freeze bats seventh at third base. And I think I skipped my catcher. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's a very young and not to mention impressionable Johnny Edwards behind the plate for manager Fred Hutchinson in this game. And I think he's in here. I just skipped him. Let's see if we can find him. And no, we can't. So timeout. And there he is. Johnny Edwards, your 23-year-old left-handed hitting starting catcher for the 1961 Reds. On the mound, Joey J. Along with Jim O'Toole, sort of the co-aces of this team. 25 years old, he was 21-10 in 1961 with a 3.53 earned run average. All right, for the home standing, New York Yankees. Bobby Richardson will lead off at second base. Tony Kubek bats second at short. Batting third in center field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth, the left fielder, not the catcher, Yogi Berra. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Johnny Blanchard. Batting sixth, the catcher, Elston Howard. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Bill Skowron. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Clete Boyer. And batting ninth, it's right-hander Ralph Terry. He was 25 years old in 1961. He was 16-3 with a 3.15 earned run average. All right, we are ready to go. When you play deep drive baseball, you need 3D10s. We're going to read the red one, the red die, as the tens digit, the white die is the ones digit, and the green die as our modifier die. And Elio Chacon will stand in against Ralph Terry. And here's the first pitch. Chacon bounces this one to Bill Moose Skowron, and he's going to take it to the bag himself. 4 out, number one, and we are underway in game two. Here's Eddie Casco, future Red Sox manager. And Casco pops that one up. Kubek and Richardson are meeting at the middle of the diamond, and it's going to be Richardson taking it. 4 out, number two. Veda Pinson now, borderline Hall of Famer. Tell me what you think in the comments. The pitch from Terry to Veda is hitting the air to left. Yogi on the run. He's going to get there for out number three, and it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Ralph Terry. Here comes Joey J in the bottom of the first. I'm going to move this over here so we can see the dice a little better. Bobby Richardson leads it off, and the pitch from Joey J is bounced to Gene Freeze at third. He gloves it to his left and fires to Gordy Coleman at first base for out number one. Here's Tony Kubek. Joey J delivers, and this one goes to left field. Frank Robinson can't get there. Drops in for a base hit. And maybe more. It's a deep drive for Tony Kubek. And it's going to be into the corner, extra bases. Kubek into second. Robinson throws it back to the infield. The Yankees have a man in scoring position in the bottom of the first, and here's Maris. Yogi Berra on deck. The pitch to Roger Maris is another deep drive. Did he get it? Back goes Wally Post, and it's off the wall. Scoring is Kubek. Around second goes Maris. He's heading for third. The relay from Chacon to Freeze is late, and Roger Maris has a run-scoring triple in the bottom of the first. 1-0 New York Yankees, and here comes Yogi Berra. Joey J going to go from the windup. The infield is going to play back, and the delivery to Yogi is a line drive to first. Gordy Coleman snags it, and Maris scoots back to third. 2 down now, and here's Blanchard. Second run of the game, 90 feet away for the Yankees. The pitch from J is a base hit for Blanchard, and it's 2-0 New York. Scoring from third is Maris. Blanchard is on at first, and here's Elston Howard. J the stretch, and the pitch to Howard. Ground ball hit to Casco. He's going to go the short way to Chacon, covering second, and that's going to end the Yankee first, but they get 2 on 3 hits. We go to the second. With your score, Yankees 2, Reds nothing. Ralph Terry has a lead now to protect. He'll face Frank Robinson, Gordy Coleman, and Wally Post in the top of the second. The pitch. Robinson pops it up. Fair territory. Bill Moose Skowron is there, and he's got it for out number one. Here's Gordy Coleman. Terry winds and deals. Bouncing ball to Bobby Richardson. He cuts it off from going into right field. Plants and throws to Skowron for out number 2. Wally Post at the plate. Terry kicks and deals. Fly ball to right. Johnny Blanchard is there, and he's got it for out number 3. 6 up and 6 down for Ralph Terry in the early going. Here comes Joey J for inning number 2. He'll face Skowron, Boyer, and Ralph Terry. 7, 8, 9 in manager Ralph Houck's order. The pitch is a base hit for Skowron, and that gets the Yankees off to a good start in inning number 2. Here comes Clete Boyer. Double play depth for the Reds infield. The pitch. He walks him. And that puts 2 on with nobody out for Ralph Terry and gives the Yankee pitcher something obvious to do. He is an A batter, so we'll pull out our pitcher batting card A, and here's the delivery. And that is strike 2. Strike 2. So now they have to decide whether to leave the bunt on. The next delivery to Terry, he is going to try to bunt, and that's strike 3. So Joey J gets Terry for his first strikeout of the day. Skowron still at second, Boyer still at first, and here's Bobby Richardson. Joey J the stretch, and the delivery to Richardson, and there's a base hit. Skowron will put the brakes on at third. The bases are dripping with Yankees, and Joey J is in trouble early. Here's Kubek. The Reds bullpen, not yet. Not yet. Kubek is up. The Reds are going to play in at the corners, back up the middle. The pitch from Jay is a base hit for Kubek. That scores Skowron 3-0. Boyer stops at third, and the bases remain loaded as Richardson is at second, Kubek on at first, and here's Maris. That's going to get the bullpen going. Ken Johnson starts to throw in the Reds bullpen. Maris up. Berra would be next. The pitch. And it's ball 4 to Maris, and it's 4-0 Yankees. Joey J is imploding on the mound. He's got a brown streak down the leg of his jersey pants, and he hasn't been sliding. Here's Yogi Berra. Richardson at third, Kubek at second, Maris at first, 1 man out. This may be his last batter. The pitch to Yogi. Infield, in at the corners, back up the middle. The pitch. Hey, struck out Yogi for out number 2, and that's a big one. He needed it, and here's Blanchard. Blanchard singled and drove in a run in the second. The pitch. Ball 4, he walked in another run. Scoring from third is Richardson. Going to third is Kubek. Going to second is Maris. It's the third walk in the inning, and inexplicably, Fred Hutchinson is going to stick with him. The pitch to Howard is bounced to Casco at short. He goes the short way to Chacon to retire the side, but a disastrous inning for Cincinnati as the Yankees score 3 on 3 hits with the aid of 3 walks. We go to the third. It's New York 5, Cincinnati nothing. Freese, Edwards, and Jay coming in the Reds' third inning. Ralph Terry with a bigger cushion now. Here's the pitch to Freese. And Freese strikes out on a Ralph Terry bender. There's 1 down in the third. Here's Edwards. Terry kicks and delivers. Edwards draws a walk and he trots down to first. Do the Reds go for an inning here and hit for the pitcher? Timeout. And I've decided the Reds are going to go for it here. You can tell me what you think in the comments. Would you pinch hit for Joey J here? I think it's a close call, but I'm gonna do it. Gus Bell is gonna bat. Left-handed batting outfielder, 32 years old. He hit .255 in 1961. He is pinch hitting for Joey J. Ken Johnson is in the bullpen. He is going to be the next Reds pitcher in the bottom of the third. All right, with one out and Edwards at first, Terry the stretch and the delivery to Gus Bell is rolled to third. Clete Boyer charges hard, plants and throws to Skowron for the out. Edwards moves to second. With 2 outs now, it'll be Chacon. Terry, the stretch, the delivery to Elio Chacon, and that is grounded to Bobby Richardson. He gloves it, throws to Skowron, and that will retire the Reds in inning number 3. So they get a base runner, but can't do anything with him. We go to the bottom of inning number 3. We're going to get a new Reds pitcher. First, let's tell you about Joey J's day. He went 2 innings, allowed 6 hits. He walked 3, struck out 2. He allowed 5 runs. They're all earned, and he's on the hook for the loss unless the Reds can rally. Ken Johnson is a right-hander, 28 years old. In 1961, he was 6-6 with a 4.00 earned run average in 21 games. He'll face Skowron, Boyer, and Terry, the bottom third of the Yankee order. In the bottom of the third, the pitch. And hey, struck out Skowron, and Ken Johnson's off to a good start. Here's Clete Boyer. Here's another issue with as-played lineups. Joey J was a stud on their team. He pitched 2 innings in this game. There's really no reason, if you're going with as-played, or if you're going with your own lineups, there's no reason he couldn't come back in Game 4. In real life, Joey J came back and did pitch Game 5. But, anyway, I digress. Here's the pitch from Johnson to Boyer. And that's a deep drive for Clete Boyer. Let's look at Boyer's deep drive chart. And that's going to be gone right down the left field line. And that's about the only way Clete could get one out of Yankee Stadium. It's 6-0 New York over Cincinnati in the third. Ralph Terry coming up. He is an A-grade hitter. As a pitcher, he is an 87. Now, pitchers do have individual hitting cards. I just haven't printed them. So I'm using the generic ones. 87 on Johnson's card is bounced to Chacon at second. He gloves it and throws to Gordy Coleman for out number 2. Now it's Bobby Richardson. Johnson kicks and deals to Richardson. And it's grounded to Gene Freese at third. Freese gloves it by the bag and fires across the diamond to Gordy Coleman for out number 3. But the Yankees get another run, this time on a bomb from Clete Boyer. We go to the fourth, and it's Yankees 6, Reds 1. Casco, Pinson, and Robinson, 2, 3, 4 batters in the Reds lineup, coming in the top of the fourth. Ralph Terry has not allowed a hit yet. The pitch. And that's done. Base hit for Eddie Casco. Leadoff single. First hit for the Reds. Here comes Veda Pinson. Ralph Terry the stretch. The pitch to Veda is a deep drive for Veda Pinson. And he's a left-handed batter. It looks different here. This is going to be to right and deep. Blanchard to the track, to the wall, and it's gone. A 2-run bomb for Pinson makes it 6-2 Yankees. And maybe the Reds are going to make a game of this. Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Still nobody out in the fourth. They've got time. The pitch is a defense check. Got our 1961 defense chart here. And the delivery, the roll is to right, and that's Blanchard, and that's trouble. Let's see, Blanchard's fielding rating. If he's anything but a 5, he's got a 2-base error. He is a 3, and that clanks off his glove. He's got to run it down. Around first goes Robinson, and he goes to second. It's a E9, a 2-base error on Johnny Blanchard, a catcher playing outfield today. So Maris can move to center field in place of Mantle. Coleman at the plate. Reds have something here in the fourth. The pitch from Terry is hit to left. That's Yogi. He's got it for out number 1. Wally Post comes up. The Reds bullpen is going to start to throw again. Ken Hunt is getting loose for Cincinnati in case they get to the bottom of the order. Wally Post against Ralph Terry. The pitch is to center. Maris into right center is going to make the catch. Holding at second is Frank Robinson, and here's Gene Freeze. 2 outs. Robinson in scoring position. Johnny Edwards would be next. The pitch from Terry is going to be a deep drive chance for Freeze. And it's extra bases. Down into the left field corner. Yogi's got to dig it out of there. Robinson will score at 6-3 Yankees. And Gene Freeze has a run-scoring double. The Reds have cut the lead in half here in the fourth inning. Now it's Edwards. Terry the stretch and the delivery to Edwards. Still no action in the Yankee bullpen. That's ball 4, and Edwards trots down to first. We have a pretty good size Reds rally coming here. Ken Johnson is called back to the dugout. We're going to get a pinch hitter for the Reds long man as Fred Hutchinson smells blood in the water. Dick Gernert is going to pinch hit for Ken Johnson. He was a late season acquisition. I can't remember where they got him from. Might have been the Cardinals. Not sure. At any rate, Gernert is up there now, a .294 hitter, mostly as a pinch hitter for the Reds. Terry is in trouble, and the Yankee bullpen is going. It's going to be Bud Daly and Jim Coates, lefty-righty, double-barreled action for Ralph Houck, just the way he likes it, whenever he's in the Big Apple. So Gernert is up there, Freeze at second, Edwards at first. Gernert is the tying run. Terry the stretch, the pitch to Dick Gernert is bounced to short. Kubek goes the short way to Richardson, and that's going to retire the side, but the Reds have a good inning. They score 3 on 3 hits. 2 of the runs are earned, 1 is not. We go to the bottom of the fourth. We had a game again. It is the Yankees 6 and the Reds 3. Timeout. Johnson goes 1 inning, allows a homer, and gets himself a strikeout, allows a run. That's it for him today. New pitcher, Ken Hunt. He will bat 9th in the Reds order. He was 22 years old, 9-10 with a .396 earned run average in 1961. All right, Kubek, Maris, and Berra coming up. for the Yankees in the bottom of the fourth. They have some work to do. They're only up by 3, and the Reds are showing they can hit. Hunt winds and deals to Kubek. It's a defense check. Here's our 1961 defense chart, and I'm throwing dice all over the room. It's a 40. Right field is Post. And Wally Post needs to be a 4 or a 5, and that's going to drop for a single. He is a 3, and that's going to drop for a single. Kubek is on with his 3rd hit in 4 innings. Here comes Maris. Roger Maris is 1 for 1 with a pair of ribbies, a triple, and a run scored. Yogi is on deck, the pitch. And another defense check. It's an 81. Let's see where this goes. It is to 3rd. That's Gene Freeze. I believe he is a 3. He is a 3. That's going to be a 1-base error on the Reds' 3rd baseman. So the Reds put 3 together, and now things are starting to fall apart here in the bottom of the inning. Bear is up. Double play depth for the Reds infield. Ken Hunt, the stretch and the delivery to Yogi. Yogi hits it to 3rd, but slowly. Freeze charges hard, throws on the run, and gets Yogi by 14 steps. Kubek advances to 3rd. Maris goes to 2nd. There's 1 out now. And Blanchard is up, who made that brutal error in the top of the inning. He wants to make up for it. First, his base is open. Elston Howard is on deck. The pitch. Infield is in at the corners. Back up the middle. The pitch is hit to center. Under it is Pinson. Tagging is Kubek. They are going to send him, I do believe. Let's check. If Kubek is fast, he may score all on his own. Yes, he does. He tags and scores. It's 7-3 Yankees on the sacrifice fly by Johnny Blanchard. Holding at 2nd is Maris, and here comes Elston Howard. Elston is 0 for 2. Bill Skowron would be next. Hunt, the stretch, and the delivery to Elston Howard, and that's hit to right. Wally Post on the run, and he's going to get there for out number 3. We've got 4 in the books. With your score, Yankees 7, Reds 3. Top of the order coming against Ralph Terry. Let's update Ralph's stamina situation. He's pitched 4 innings, so that's 4 points. He's gone through the order twice. That's 6 points. He's given up a run. That's 7. All right, top of the Reds order. Chacon leads off, and the pitch from Ralph Terry. Line drive, nice play. Cleat Boyer, 1 down. Eddie Casco comes to the plate now. The Reds shortstop is 1 for 2. Terry winds and delivers. Ground ball, Bill Skowron. He gloves it to his right and feeds Terry covering for out number 2. Now Veda Pinson. Hit a home run last inning. 1 for 2, the pitch. Ground ball, Tony Kubek is up with it. Cuts it off from going up the middle. Plants and throws to Skowron for the out. And that'll retire the Reds in the 5th. We're halfway through this one with your score. New York 7, Cincinnati 3. Skowron, Cleat Boyer, Ralph Terry in the bottom of the 5th, the Bronx Bombers. The pitch from Ken Hunt is hit to center. Veda Pinson is there for out number 1. Cleat Boyer comes up. The delivery is a base hit to left for Boyer. Drops in front of Frank Robinson. There's 1 out and 1 on for the Yankees in the bottom of the 5th. Terry comes to the plate. Ralph Terry is a hitting card A. Ken Hunt, the stretch. We'll see if he's bunting. The delivery, he's not bunting. Popped up toward the middle of the infield. Casco or Chacon, it's Casco, and there's one out. Bobby Richardson now with 2 outs and Boyer still at first. The pitch from Hunt. Base hit for Bobby Richardson. Cleat Boyer on the run on contact is going to get to third. Pinson gets the throw in. There's Yankees at the corners for Tony Kubek in the bottom of the 5th. Hunt the stretch. Kubek is 3 for 3. Maris would be next. The pitch. And another hit for Tony Kubek. It's 8-3. New York as Boyer trots home. Richardson stops at second. And here comes Maris. Kubek is 4 for 4 in 5 innings of play. Hunt the stretch. The delivery to Roger Maris. Bouncing ball to Chacon. He's going to go the short way to Casco, and that's going to retire New York in the 5th, but they add a run. On 3 hits, we go to the 6th with your score. New York 8. They've scored in every inning, and the Reds 3. All right, Ralph Terry now climbing the hill. He's only had 1 bad inning. Other than that, he's been pretty tough. Robinson, Coleman, and Post coming up in the Reds' 6th inning. Robinson is 0 for 2. The pitch from Ralph Terry is a base hit for Robinson to right field. Johnny Blanchard collects it and throws it back in. Here's Gordy Coleman now at 0 for 2. Coming to the plate. Wally Post on deck. The delivery from Terry to Coleman is a deep drive check. And it's going to be a ballpark check. Coleman's a left-handed batter. Did he get it? Blanchard, warning track, wall, and it's gone. A 2-run bomb for Coleman. Digs into the Yankee lead. It's 8-5 New York. That's going to get Daly and Coates throwing again for more lefty-righty double-barreled action for Ralph Houck. Still nobody out in the 6th. Here comes Post. Terry kicks and deals. Another deep drive. This one's for Post. He's a righty, though. We'll see if it gets out of here. And it's going to be gone for Post. He crushed it to left. 8-6. I think I said 9-5 before. It's 8-6. Yankees, and that's going to do it for Ralph Terry. The long ball gets him. The Reds are back in the game with a 3-run 6th. Ralph Terry is done. You can stick a fork in him. And the new pitcher is going to be Jim Winter-Coates. But first, let's tell you about Terry. He goes 5+ innings. He allows 6 hits, 3 home runs, walks 2, strikes out 1, allows 6 runs, 5 earned. He's in line for the win, but the Yankees have some work to do out of the bullpen. It's 8-6 New York in the 6th inning. Jim Coates was 28 years old in 1961. He was 11-5 with a 3.44 earned run average. And timeout. The Reds are in this game all of a sudden. Gene Freese is up. There's nobody out in the 6th. Coates will bat 9th in the Yankee order. The pitch. Hey, struck out Freese on a bender, and there's one gone. Here's Johnny Edwards with a pair of walks on his day today. Hunt is in the on-deck circle. The pitch. That's hit hard to Boyer's left at third. He gloves it and throws to Skowron for out number 2. Ken Hunt is being called back to the dugout, and it's going to be the Blazer. Don Blasingame will bat for Hunt here in the top of the 6th. Chacon would be next. No point in saving the left-handed pinch hitters, I guess, although we're going to save Lynch for later. He's the stud pinch hitter for the Reds. Coates is going to go from the windup. The delivery to Blasingame is hit to center. Here comes Maris, and he's got it for out number 3. But the Reds in the 6th score 3 on back-to-back homers by Coleman and Post. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We're going to get a new pitcher for Cincinnati, and that will be left-hander Bill Henry. Ken Hunt went 2 innings and was not very effective. So they're going to burn Henry here and try and get a shutdown inning so they can get back in and bat again. Bill Henry, first let's tell you about Hunt. He was 2 innings, 4 hits. Didn't walk or strike out anybody. Allowed 2 runs, 1 was earned. Bill Henry is on. He was one of their short men in 1961. 33 years old. He was 2-1 with a 2.19 ERA, and he had 16 saves. He's going to face Yogi, then Blanchard, and then Howard. 4, 5, 6 batters in Ralph Houck's order in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch from Bill Henry is a defense check. And an 0-5 will be Gordy Coleman. Gordy Coleman's range is a 4. And Gordy's going to make that play and take it to the bag himself for out number 1. Here's Blanchard. Tempting to pinch hit for him, but he's such a weapon against righties. I'm not going to do that in case Brosnan is coming later, and he probably is. The pitch, hey, struck him out, and that's 2 gone. Elston Howard coming now. Howard is 0 for 3. Skowron would be next. The pitch to Elston Howard is a defense check. That's a 72. And it's hit to Chacon. He gloves it to his left, throws to Coleman, and that retires the Yankees in 1-2-3 order for the first time in this ball game. We go to the 7th with your score, Yankees 8, Reds 6. Interesting ball game. Coates is out for inning number 2 of work. He will face the top of the Reds order, Chacon, Casco, and Pinson in the 7th. He's got a 2-run lead to protect. And Luis Arroyo, the Yankee short man, is starting to throw in the bullpen. Ralph Houck not messing around in this one. All right, here we go. Coates to Chacon, the pitch. It's hit to center, shallow, in his Maris, and he's got it for out number 1. Mickey Mantle's still in the hospital with that hip infection. The pitch is grounded to first. That's Skowron. He's going to take it to the bag himself for out number 2. Now Veda Pinson. Pinson is 1 for 3. The pitch to Veda. Ground ball to first. One more chance for Skowron. He takes it all by his lonesome. And that'll retire the Reds in the 7th. Time to stretch them out in New York with your score. Yankees 8, Reds 6. We go to Cincinnati after the game. Bill Henry is going to be out for inning number 2 of work, although he is fatigued. Jim Brosnan is throwing in the Reds bullpen. Skowron, Boyer, and Coates, or a pinch hitter coming in the Yankee seventh. The pitch is popped up. Middle of the infield, Eddie Casco has it for out number one. Now it's Boyer. Moving into the on-deck circle for the Yankees is Hector Lopez to bat for Jim Coates. Bill Henry winds and delivers to Boyer, and that's ball four. Here's Lopez coming out to bat against the left-hander Henry. Boyer down to first. Here's Brosnan, and Brosnan, Fred Hutchinson is coming out. He wants Brosnan, and he wants him right now. So Jim Brosnan is on in the bottom of the seventh. The other half of the double whammy short men situation for the 61 Reds. Bill Henry goes 1 1/3 innings. He strikes out a man, he walks a man. No runs allowed yet, although Boyer is his responsibility at first. Brosnan is on, 31 years old, 10-4 with a 3.04 ERA, and he had 16 saves in 1961. He's on to face Lopez. The Yankees will not bat for Lopez. Lopez is going to hit. Boyer's at first. There's one man out. The Reds infield playing for two. The pitch from Brosnan is a base hit for Hector Lopez. Stopping at second is Boyer. There's two on with one out, and here comes Richardson. Brosnan the stretch. The pitch to Bobby, who's 2 for 4. The 4 for 4, Kubek, is on deck. The pitch from Brosnan is hit to left. Frank Robinson in his tracks is going to make the catch for out number 2. Boyer will hold at second, and here's Tony Kubek, who the Reds have had no answer for in this game. 4 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 ribbies, and a double. Other than that, he hasn't done anything. Brosnan the stretch. The pitch to Kubek is hit to right. They're going to get him this time. It's Wally Post near the line, and he makes the catch. 4 out number 3. We have 7 in the books, and your score. The Yankees 8, the Reds 6. And the new pitcher will be Yankee short man Louis Arroyo. But first, let's tell you about Coates. Arroyo is going to go for a 2-out save. Coates went 2 innings, 6 up and 6 down, one of them a strikeout. So he did a good job. He will take the rest of the day off, and it's going to be Arroyo. In 61, Louis Arroyo was the man for the Yankee bullpen. 34 years old, 15-5, a 2.19 earned run average, 29 saves, and a wicked screwball. All right, so it is Robinson, Coleman, and Post, righty, lefty, righty, against Arroyo and the aforementioned screwball in the top of the 8th. Robinson is 1 for 3. The Reds are down by 2. We're in the top of the 8th. It's 8-6 Yankees. Arroyo kicks and deals. And a base hit for Robinson to left field. Drops in front of Yogi Berra. And that's going to bring the tying run to the plate and Gordy Coleman. Double play depth for the Yankee infield. The Reds have been behind all day. They were behind 2-0, 5-0, 6-0, 6-3, 7-3, 8-3, and now 8-6. Coleman hit a home run in the 6th. If he does it again, we're tied. Arroyo the stretch, the delivery is popped up. Cleat Boyer in fair territory has it for out number 1. Wally Post comes up. 20 homers for him on the season. He hit a home run in the 6th. as well. 1 out, 1 on for the Reds. Arroyo the stretch, and the delivery to post is a deep drive check. Did he get it? Reroll on his deep drive, and it's to left and deep. Back goes Yogi. It's gone. Post with his second of the day, and we are tied at 8. Yikes. Wally Post just took Louis Arroyo out of here, and we got a tie game. Gene Freeze with 1 out in the 8th. The pitch from Arroyo. A comebacker to Louis. He gloves it and throws to Skowron for out number 1. Johnny Edwards. Brosnan would be next. They're going to let Edwards bat. The pitch is to right. Blanchard makes the catch for out number 3, but the Reds get 2 more on a home run by Wally Post. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we are tied at 8. Brosnan back out. Maris, Berra, and Blanchard coming in the Yankee 8th. It's the meat of today's Yankee order, and boy, are they wishing Mantle was playing. All right, here we go. 8-8 ball game. Maris leads it off. Brosnan winds and delivers. Hey, struck out Maris. 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Brosnan pumps his fist, and here's Yogi. 0 for 4. Blanchard on deck. The pitch. Yogi to left, but plenty of room out there for Frank Robinson. He puts it away for out number 2. Here's Blanchard. 1 for 2 with a walk and a sac fly and 3 ribbies, but a costly error as well. The pitch. Blanchard swings, hits it to Chacon at second. He gloves it and throws to Coleman. That retires the Yankees. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. We go to the 9th with your score. Reds 8, Yankees 8. Arroyo coming out for inning number 2 of work. Brosnan due to lead it off. And they're going to hit for him. They will hit for Brosnan. They're going to find a new pitcher. Fred Hutchinson rolling the dice. Jim Maloney is going to throw in the Red bullpen. He will be the new pitcher. And your pinch hitter will be, well, they're going to go for it with Jerry Lynch, who's their stud pinch hitter in 1961, even though he does not have, well, they can't do it. Yeah, he won't have the platoon edge, so he'll lose his deep drives. So they're going to go not with Lynch. They'll save Lynch for later, maybe. It's going to be Leo Cardenas to pinch hit. The young, in 61, sort of a semi-regular. The next season, Cardenas would become the shortstop. They had moved Casco to third and send Gene Freeze out of town on a rail. Here's Cardenas to bat for Brosnan. Maloney will be the next pitcher for Cincinnati. Arroyo kicks and deals, and it's a line drive caught by Skowron. There's 1 down. Elio Chacon, 0 for 4, is up there now. The pitch. Line drive caught by Boyer. They're not getting cheated. 2 gone and Casco coming. Should he reach, Pinson will bat. Arroyo winds and deals. Comebacker to Louis. He takes a couple steps towards Skowron and tosses him the ball for out number 3 in inning number 9. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Any old kind of a run is going to win it for the Bronx Bombers. It's the Reds 8 and the Yankees 8. Timeout. So Jim, don't call me Pierce Brosnan, goes an inning and 2/3, gives up a hit and strikes out a man. That's it for him. Jim Maloney was a youngster in 1961 and just sort of figuring things out, but they've got to use him here. He was 21. He had a 6-7 record with a 4.37 earned run average, and he is on. And the last man that the Reds can really use, because Bob Perky is going to pitch Game 3 and Jim O'Toole will pitch Game 4. So the last man available to Fred Hutchinson is Jay Hook, and Jay Hook did not have a good 61 season. He did not appear in the 61 World Series, although he was on the roster. So Jim Maloney will face Howard, Skowron, and Boyer, and if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for Louis Arroyo in the bottom of the 9th. 8-8 game. Howard is 0 for 4. Maloney winds and deals. Comebacker to Maloney. He gloves it and throws to Gordy Coleman for out number 1. Bill Skowron is 1 for 4. The pitch. That's a defense check. It's a 44, and that is a one-base error on Elio Chacon. It clanks off his glove. Skowron reaches, and here's Boyer. Cleat is 2 for 2 with a pair of walks and a home run. Moving into the on-deck circle to pinch hit for Louis Arroyo is Bob Serve. Boyer at the plate, Maloney the stretch, and the delivery to the Yankee third baseman is ball 4. That's going to send Skowron down to second. 2 on now for the Yankees. The winning run 180 feet away in Bill Skowron. Here comes Bob Serve to hit for Arroyo. So the Yankee bullpen gets working. And that's going to be Raleigh Sheldon and Bud Daly, lefty-righty double-barreled action in a rather thin Yankee bullpen. Bob Serve at the plate, Skowron at second, Boyer at first, 1 man out. We're in the bottom of the 9th. 8-8 ball game. Maloney the stretch, the delivery is ball 4. The bases are loaded. That will bring up Bobby Richardson and may get us a pinch runner for Moose Skowron. Yes, it will. Jack Reed is going to run at third base for Skowron in the possibility that a sacrifice fly becomes an issue. All right, so Reed is at third, Boyer at second, Serve at first. Of course, they don't mean anything. Their runs don't mean anything. There's 1 out. The infield is in. The outfield is in. Maloney having control trouble. An error by Chacon opened the gates, and then 2 walks loaded the bases. We have 1 out. Richardson up. He has 2 hits. Kubek is on deck. He has 4 hits. Maloney the stretch, the pitch to Bobby, and that is probably going to do it. But where is it going to do it? It's a deep drive check. And that will be a ballpark check. Under it is Frank Robinson. No. Under it is Under it is Wally Post. Wally Post makes the catch, tagging his Reed. The throw coming home is late, and the Yankees win it on a sacrifice fly. Jack Reed streaks across home plate, and it's a 9-8 Yankee winner. Let's give you the totals. What a ball game. Yikes. For the homestanding and victorious New York Yankees, who almost spit the bit on a 6-0 lead, 9 runs, 12 base hits, and they committed one ghastly error. The Reds, 8 runs on 2, 4, 6, 8 hits, and they committed 2 ghastly errors. The winning pitcher is Luis Arroyo. He is 1-0 in the series. The loss goes to Jim Maloney. He is 0-1 in the series. The MVP of the game, well, I'll give it to Kubek. If you go 4 for 5, you ought to get it. Bobby Richardson gets an honorable mention for driving home the winning run with a sacrifice fly and going 2 for 5 himself. All right. I will bring you up to date on the series the next time we have Reds Yankees 61 Deep Drive Baseball. This has been your Deep Drive Baseball Game of the Week. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for this video, including info on channel membership and a link to Deep Drive Baseball. All right. Thank you for being with me from New York. Your final in Game 2 of the 1961 World Series. The Yankees 9 and the Reds 8. Thanks for being with me. Have a great night. So long, everybody.